Hi all, this is 𝘞𝘩𝘰 from 𝘞𝘩𝘥𝘦. Before diving into my experience, I want to introduce myself. I am 25 years old, and like many others, I struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is known as PTSD and anxiety. These struggles have affected many aspects of my life, like work, relationship, and my daily routine, of course. And I believe it all traces back to my childhood and a past relationship with the wrong person. I didn't grow up with my biological father, actually, who abused to the family, but I lived with him until I was like 10. Though I was young, those memories are deeply ingrained in my brain, and I still remember them vividly. This is part of my childhood trauma, growing up in a broken family. Another source of pain comes from my previous relationship. I was the abusive one in that relationship. But I have learned to forgive myself and my ex for what we both did. When we start dating, things seems fine at first, but I soon realized I had deep trust issue. And things began about 3 years ago, and it directly tied to my anxiety and my childhood experience. At that time, I didn't recognize what was happening to me, but looking back, I now see that my fear of losing people who I love or who are important to me in my life, and the mistake started there. Initially, the relationship was fine, but as time went on, I constantly worried about losing him or being cheated on. And I think this stemmed from watching my mother lose my father, seeing how he cheated on her. And I became stressed and overthink that weren't even happening. I never wanted to end up like my mother, to be honest. And I always think that if I have a family one day, I don't want my child to grow up in a broken home like me. I know how painful that is. So I become overly protective in my relationship. I started controlling things, especially related to social media. I was checking everything. I would check every single person he followed or who followed him, and sometimes I found people from his past. I know to most people this seems crazy. This might seem crazy. This sounds crazy. They would say like, oh, this is just a social media. What's a big deal? But for me, this is more than that. With PTSD and anxiety, my brain doesn't function that way. Plus, I am naturally a very jealous person, and I force him to remove people from his social media, sometimes even his friends. I knew this wasn't the right way to handle things, but I was young, and of course I had my own reason. It was clear I had trust issue. He lied to me about some of those people, and once I found out that he lied, I didn't trust him, and he lied again, and this is like cycling like this. So once trust is broken, it is incredibly hard to rebuild. It takes time, and sometimes it never fully returns. Our fight always started over social media. So he kept lying and hiding, and I kept discovering the truth, and it became exhausting for both of us, and the same arguments repeated over and over again. And at first I was gentle, but over time I became abusive. I couldn't control myself. I needed to hurt him or myself to feel something. I even tried to use kitchen utensils like knife and fork to hurt him. I know that sounds crazy. It's insane, right? And to be honest, I am ashamed of those moments. That toxic relationship lasted over 2 years, and by the end, I lost myself completely. It was like a nightmare in my life, and after we broke up, I stayed single for more than 2 years, and I wanted to find myself again and heal from my past trauma. During those 2 years, I started smoking and drinking as a way to relieve stress from work and life challenges. I went to bar and clubs a lot, like sometimes 2 or 3 times in a week. I knew it was too much, but I felt like, why not? I can have fun. I am still young. At first, it felt fun. Yes, exactly. The music, the nightlife, it was exciting, it was fun, but over time, I realized I wasn't really happy. So I was losing myself again. Here's something I have learned about energy. When I was in a bad place, I only attract bad energy and bad people into my life. And I had to fix this to attract some good things in my life. Eventually, I focus on finding real happiness. This is not about high-paying job or partying or like clubbing or material things, whatever. So, but it is all about finding peace within myself. So once I changed my mindset and built up good energy within me, I met my partner who is loyal and supportive. Now I am happier than I have ever been. So in the next episode, I will share how I found that peace within myself and how I handle my current relationship while living with PTSD and anxiety. Thank you for listening to my story, and I will see you in the next episode.